Hi, I'm Tim Ford, and welcome to the Hay Matters podcast. With 4 children of my own, I'm deeply passionate about the future of our industry. So welcome to our Next Generation series on Hay Matters, where we meet the young people driving Australia's fodder industry forward. From the paddock to the bale, these are the fresh faces bringing energy, skill and big ambitions to hay. This is the future of fodder, and it's already in motion.
Hello, it's Steve Page here from Feed Central and on another Hay Matters podcast. This morning I'm with Georgia Boddington and Swan Hill, and we're discussing the hay production in the Wimmera Mallee region. Welcome, Georgia.
Thanks, Steve. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good. Lovely to be in this region again with you. And yes, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up and how you come to be an agronomist and in this region?
So I've grew up on a sheep farm near Narracourt in South Australia and had a very strong ag background from the start, I guess. Mum and Dad are both very involved with the farm and their contracting business. So, yeah, had a good start, I guess.
Contracting in, what do they do?
Fencing and hay contracting, so cut, rake, bale.
So Dad had you on the tractors early?
Yeah, about 10 years old, I was probably on the baler steering, and then when I was 13, I went up north with him and he was having a nap and had the steamer going and, yeah.
Right. So a real good background in hay production and that got you into agronomy?
Yeah, and Dad too. Like, he wanted to be an agronomist growing up and didn't have that opportunity, and he's sort of driving around looking at all the pastures and everything, looking at, the lucerne, and I just got a taste for what it could be like, and he sort of introduced me to the idea and sort of just stuck.
Right.
Yep.
And you've ended up, so you finished your agronomy training and...
Yeah, so I went to Longy for 2 years. I did a few things there. I started wool classing and did about 90% of it and then dropped out of that. But I finished my Cert 3 and 4 in ag and got an advanced diploma in ag business management and a diploma in applied agronomy. And then, straight after Longy, I went to a cotton farm up in Mallee for 3 months. And, when I was up there, I was given this opportunity down in Swan Hill to come be a graduate agronomist here. So I moved to Swan Hill in March 2025 and started working for ExceedAg. So I've been with them for almost a year. ExceedAg is an independent agronomy consultant going into its fifth season, based in Swan Hill, servicing the Mallee region. So my boss, Matt Bissett, has been an agronomist for, I think, 18 or 19 years. And, he's a really good mentor. I learn quite a bit from him, even going on my own and looking at paddocks or crops myself. I'm still able to learn, and he's only a phone call away if I have a question about something. And, I feel like I've grown quite a bit as a graduate agronomist, and that's basically all thanks to him. So, yeah.
Good opportunity for you. Yep. Yeah. And you've nearly completed your first 12 months here. How have you found it?
Great. I love it. So good.
Love the region?
Yeah. So we don't do any work around Swan Hill. Our closest work's probably about 45 minutes away, but it's a good base. Like, Swan Hill has everything. And, I guess getting to drive every day for work.
And do a few kilometres.
Yes. Yeah. But I'm with my boss a fair bit. So, he's driving and I'm in the passenger seat learning. So, yeah.
Good. And so can you tell us roughly what your region is? How far out do you go?
So our work is we're pretty much all based around Sea Lake, Oaten, Wimmera area. And then we've got a couple of clients at Warragnabill and a few at Bort. So, got a nice spread.
A bit of a cross-section, so there's a few different soil types in there?
Yeah, so the Mallee is sort of, there's a lot of sandy rises and then heavy flat, sort of, very mixed soil types. The paddocks are quite big, so, do have a lot of variation within one paddock. And Warragnabill and Bort, again, are different. Warragnabill, I'd say, is a bit more even with soil type across paddocks and within the same paddock, and same at Bort. Yeah.
Totally different from home for you?
Yeah, all completely different, but that's
Good
what I like
experience.
about it. Yeah.
And the size of the farms and the size of the paddocks, what would be the roughly your average farm size in the operation that you're going across?
Probably, this is just a rough estimate, but about 200 to 400 hectares. And then obviously you've got bigger paddocks and smaller paddocks. So, do you say paddock size or farm size?
Farm size and paddock size?
It varies. Everyone's got different size farms. But yeah, I'd say average paddock size, probably that 200 to 400 hectares.
Right.
Yeah.
And in that, in your clients that you've got through the agronomy business, what percentage of those would, or roughly how many of those would have hay production in their rotations?
Roughly 65% have about one planned hay paddock, whether that's oats or even a barley for grain with the option of going for hay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that opportunity where you set a paddock up and they can go either way, depending on how the season's finishing for them. It's they can flick backwards and forwards, and majority of those would have good shed space and everything like that to put that hay production in. Yeah,
so out of that 65, like that's this season, the 2026 season, a few, I don't know, percentage, how much, but there are quite a few growers that decided this year that they will plan for a hay crop. So there are some that don't necessarily have the gear or the shed space, but it's in a long-term plan for them possibly.
Yeah. And so just can you sum up on how last season did go overall on grain and hay production? How did your growers handle the season?
So it was a dry start and pretty much every crop was sown dry. And as a new agronomist, and also new to the area, I didn't really have many expectations, or wasn't really sure what to expect. So sort of going in a little bit, very fresh, and it was all new for me. But some takeaways for the season, I'd say definitely a slow and staggered germination. Again, those sandy risers, obviously lighter soil type, they came up pretty easy, and the stuff on the flats, heavier flats, definitely took a little bit more to come through. So you had different growth stages throughout the season, but we managed that all right.
And that makes it quite difficult to manage, really, with either hay or grain production.
Yeah, and even herbicide timings as well, going too late or too early. Yeah, so we had a late break, probably around the June long weekend. And there were a couple of growers who were a bit unsure whether to re-sow, and in the end everything turned out okay. I think maybe a few people re-sowed, not many at all.
And what did you get a break through the middle of the season to help, or at the end ended up being quite dry and difficult?
Yeah, I can't remember exact when we had rain, but it sort of felt like we'd get 10 mil and then 2 weeks later maybe we got another 10 mil. It just wasn't enough, and it was sort of too long between each rain. We had instances where I was going to have a look at how things were germinating, and one paddock I found it in a few different paddocks, but some barley had germinated, had a little shoot on it and a root, and the seed was hard. Actually, I don't think I had a shoot. Anyway. And I was sort of thinking, well, that's a bit odd. And even, seedlings that had come up and were out of the ground sort of looked dead, but everything recovered. And
So now you're looking at the coming season, where your growers are at the moment. They're looking at, as you say, some of the majority of them have actually set aside some paddocks for hay production.
Yep.
Where are they at that? Are they looking at that for is it just in their rotations, or are they looking at their gross, potentially their gross margins in better return in hay? The sheds are empty, they want to fill them, or why are they looking towards, different, what are you looking at when you're looking at a paddock for that?
Probably, a few different things. One of them being resistant ryegrass, and just, wondering how much longer we'll be able to control that with herbicide. So, a hay paddock's a good management, I guess,
control those weeds, help control those weeds. Cut your costs.
And also, look after that resistant management side of things as well. as well as, I'm pretty sure Oaten hay, like I don't know exact figures, but yeah, it's one of the better gross margins, I think.
Do you look towards vetch? Are there many of them looking at vetch, or are they going away from vetch?
Yeah, so we do have a lot of vetch in paddocks as well, either for hay or for brown manure. Very rarely for seed. If it's for seed, maybe just, their own.
Small area.
Yeah. So, we do have a lot of options when it comes to hay. So, obviously, you've got Oaten hay, vetch hay, wheat hay, barley hay.
Do you look at the ornless
vetch
varieties when you're looking at the cereals? When you're looking at the either the barley or the wheat, do you look at the ornless varieties in there, or are you just not worried about those?
I'm sure Matt worries about that.
Just marketing of the ornless varieties is sometimes, there's more buyers out there for the ornless barley or wheat varieties. So,
Yeah, so I guess with the wheat and the wheat and the barley, you've got sort of two options. You can send them, or like you can finish them off and have them as grain, or if the season's looking a little bit, short and it might not fill grain, or there's a frost, or there's heaps of ryegrass that you didn't expect, you've got the option to cut that for hay as well.
Yep. So if they get an early start to the season, are you looking at, do you set those paddocks up so that if they do get a frost risk or a frost event, that you set them up that they can go either way with hay or grain? Or do you look at those sort of options with them?
Like after there's been a frost?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we'll go out and assess how much damage there has been. If there's not much, and even going out a few weeks later just to see how it's going. And yeah.
But at the actual setting up the paddock now for them, would you say, let's work that paddock, let's knock that stubble down so we've got the opportunity either hay or grain? Do you talk to them about that sort of situation? So standing a stubble would cause wouldn't allow you really to go into hay production because of the residual straw in the bale.
So we don't do any, with a wheat stubble, we don't do any oats. That's also a herbicide residual issue with the Secura as well. So, we do, like, if lentil stubbles are really good for putting a hay crop on. You've obviously got that little bit of N underneath from the pulse, and also there's not much stubble there, but then a hay crop on a hay crop doesn't seem to be a big issue. And some growers prickle chain or roll, so that'll smash some stubble up as well if they are worrying about having stubble in their hay.
Yeah. One of the things coming from the farming region I was in, it always surprised me. We'd come down through the season and the crop's up, and next thing you see someone out in the tractor with the rollers rolling the paddock. It was something that we would never have considered in southern Queensland, northern New South Wales. But as you say, it sets them up better for hay production.
And even so obviously not coming from a cropping background, that was also new to me. I'm still getting my head around farming, farming operations and all that sort of thing. But also with lentils in the rotation, just having to, they don't grow that tall, and they sort of, are pretty low when it comes to harvest time. So just, getting in there, getting down and not picking up too many rocks and all that sort of thing.
Yep.
With Feed Central's Local Ag, you can connect with farmers and suppliers across Australia, increasing your market and ensuring you get the best deals wherever you are. List your machinery, livestock, feed and more for free, and take advantage of Local Ag's safe and secure payment system, CheckVault, to ensure all of your transactions are protected. Feed Central's Local Ag is providing Australian farmers with trusted connections and transparent trading.
So and you might not know, but I'm just wondering, being new to the area and that, but do they look at a 5-year rotation or a 3-year rotation with what crops are going in different areas and how they're going?
Yeah, a lot of the rotations are 3-year rotations, give or take. Like, that's without hay in a rotation. So a lot of the time it'll be wheat, barley, lentils, and then continue on. But it's pretty much fairly consistent across farms with the rotations. You might have 2 oats in a year, like over 2
Back to back.
seasons. Yeah. And that still performs pretty well that second year as well. And then, yeah, we've got a lot of like different crop options as well. So obviously we've got vetch. So someone might want to put vetch in instead of lentils or field peas even. Sometimes they get brown manure, same as the vetch. And then canola, but obviously canola is a bit risky in a low rainfall environment. So provided we get a good break and a good start, that can be an option as well.
So where are they at now in your region here? Are they paddock preparation for the coming crops? What are they up to? What stage are they up to?
Summer spraying at the moment. We've got a fair few growers that have camera sprayers, and even some guys are just doing a blanket spray first and then doing their camera spray for a double knock. And yeah, just driving around paddocks and you can see dead skeleton weed, which is good. Obviously they're doing a good job, and a fewer prickle chaining, sort of smashing the stubble down a little bit.
Yeah, knocking the stubble down and levelling the paddock and that type of thing.
Yeah. So yeah, moisture, with the spraying, moisture conservation is a big thing with that.
Yep. And wouldn't be much subsoil moisture under the system at the moment?
No. Yeah, we haven't really had much summer rain. We virtually haven't had any rain this year. So I think in January it was pretty good. All the farmers can be away and not have to worry about spraying. But now it's sort of like we can have some rain anytime.
Yeah.
And a good amount.
They're talking about a rain event coming through on Monday, aren't they, or tomorrow?
Yeah, well, I was talking to someone and they reckon it's probably going to miss us.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, hopefully.
Disappointing, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we might go on to how your job with Exceed and how the weekends with Feed Central's inspections sort of work for you. So can you tell us a little bit about your experiences with Feed Central?
I started in the 2025 season. Steve approached me and thought I'd be a good fit in the region. So I thought about it for a little bit and realised it'd be a good opportunity. And a fair few of our agronomy clients are also Feed Central clients. So it was pretty easy to get to those places and test that hay. Yeah, it's a good flexible job, good networking, and yeah, it just fits in quite well.
And how did you find? Yeah, like yes, you're already out on a lot of these farms already doing agronomy work, but you can't go back on weekends to look at their hay. How did the growers? They accepted you and took you on quite well with that.
Yeah,
you enjoyed it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they already had quite a few of them. Already had experience with you on the agronomy.
Yeah.
So then, looking at the end product, you've got that crop there. Through to being made hay, and now it's in the bale and in the shed. That's quite a sort of a continuation of your job, isn't it? So you can see how it all came together.
And it's really good to look at that end product and just it's not biased or anything, but all their hay was just about 10 out of 10. So, and that's all the hay that I tested this year. I can't say I had a bad lot, really. Like, all the hay this year that was produced was, all had really good colour, and, it was really nice hay. So, yeah.
Also being able to see some of the test results and everything, if you get the opportunity to go back and see what the protein and the energies and everything, it all comes back to the effect that you had on it with the fertiliser applications and everything like that going through, weeds, all that type of thing, the decisions you made with the farmer on the way through and the production, which is a great thing to be able to do. Yeah. Can you tell us how you got on with the app, on working the app with the Feed Central app on your phone and doing the inspections and the Cora and the moisture meters and everything?
The app itself is pretty good. I do like the feature how you can be there, sync it up every time, and then submit it later on. So I just fill out all my questions, and then when I go home that night, I properly write out my description so I'm not rushed and can make it sound a bit more put together.
The Cora? How do you go with the Cora?
Cora, funny you say that. The first lot I had, the Cora broke on me, and luckily that grower did have one already in the shed, and I had one other grower to go-to that day. So he was kind enough to let me borrow it for the day, and I got a new one. So that was good.
And the getting around and doing your inspections on time and everything like that, the pressure on you to get them done, or was that too bad, or a lot of weekends where you work all week and then work on weekends getting your inspections done? Yeah,
I sort of still had one day a week of not working, whether that was a Saturday or a Sunday. So I still had time for myself and all that. And I was quite busy the end of 2025, but I like being busy as well. Yep. So that wasn't too bad.
And the extra money's handy?
It is, yes, until I have to pay the tax man.
Yeah, well, you only pay tax if you're making money.
That's right. Yeah. I don't mind that part.
Yeah, and it's a good region here. There's a lot of hay made, so there's quite a bit to be done in the region. So there's a bit of pressure on you to get round and get them done. Yeah,
my boyfriend lives at Oaten, so having Oaten and Swan Hill as sort of two different bases, I can go, there's a heap of inspections that I did at Oaten, and I just smashed them out purely because I wasn't doing a lot of travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then over at Kerrang, my best friend lives near Bort, so I stayed with her one time and smashed out a few near Bort, and
worked well for you that way.
It did, yeah.
And the support you got from the office on the app and on doing everything that you needed to do, you had plenty of support there?
Yeah, so obviously you and Rachel were great. Yeah, any question I had, I'd just ring up, and very rarely did you miss my calls. So that was, really good. And Jill as well was really good with the app. I had a few technical difficulties with that, and within a day she had it all fixed for me, and it was really good.
Good.
So it's good having, sort of relying on support from the office, ringing up, and any issues I have sort of get sorted pretty quick. Yeah.
That's good. Would you recommend it to other agronomists, junior agronomists, or agronomists in other regions to do?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you've got a bigger hay production area, and even if you're just doing a couple here and there, I think it's good. You get to network with farmers and see what they're up to, and meeting new farmers and just seeing what they're up to is quite nice.
Yep. The other thing is, on the app, you've got where your lots are on the map side of things, and you can go in and select other lots. And have you done much of that? Has that worked for you?
Yes. I think a lot of the time I have been assigned them, but if they're, probably a little bit further away, sort of up near Oaten or whatever, that didn't have anyone, I sort of just thought, I'm the only one around here, I'll just tick that off. Yeah. Yep.
You missed out on those ones north of Mildura. I got another fella to go do them.
That's a little bit too far out of the way.
Yeah, no, I think he really, Anthony really enjoyed going up and looking at them. So,
Yep.
But it did take him a couple of days.
Yeah.
No, well, thank you, Georgia, for that. Lovely to have you on the team. It's been a great 12 months, and we look forward to you seeing you into it next year again.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, Steve. It's Tim back here again, and that wraps up this episode of our Next Generation series on Hay Matters, and what a pleasure it's been listening to these stories. If you're enjoying these conversations, make sure you follow the podcast and stay connected with Feed Central for more stories from across Australia's fodder industry. The future of hay is in great hands, and we're proud to help tell these stories. This podcast is hosted by Steve Page, presented by Feed Central, and sponsored by Local Ag Marketplace. The producers are Anna Battle and Cara Stewart. The audio editor is Ellen Ronalds-Keane. The music is by Pianio.